So today I'm going to walk you guys through how I have mimicked a lead capture form and embedded it onto my website and how it works for my clients. This is showing you with using the platform Sessions. It's very popular. I love it. I use it for all of my booking, payments, reminders, all of that stuff for my clients. But they are a little bit of a newer system and they're constantly bringing out new features. But right now we are still waiting on an official lead capture form. So this is kind of my workaround for that, and it works really well for me. So hopefully it will work well for you guys. And I know that some other people have been asking like how you can get your leads directly into Sessions so it's all like a seamless experience for you and for the clients. So let's jump right in. This is my website. This is what it looks like. This is what inside of Sessions, this is what's known as a session type. And I have the link for that session type embedded directly on my website. So it just looks like my brand and, has this nice appearance to it. So, and they can get to it right from my website. So I am going to go ahead and fill this out, and then I will go and walk you through how I created it in just a second. So I have some information here that I typed out. Like, I update this pretty often on what's going on. For instance, I'll be on maternity leave. It's important my clients know that. Also that I'm moving, so my studio is no longer accessible for the time being. Not sure when I will get that set up, so just so they kind of know those things before they even reach out to me. So let's go in and say I'm the client and I want to book for maybe the 19th. I do have up here as well that I will follow up to complete their booking, just so that it's clear they're not actually booking a session right now. So here we go. I'm here and I'm going to fill in my information, and then the client will pick what type of session they're interested in. Let's just say May 1st. May 1st, maybe. Do you have a location in mind? Not sure. A lot of people are not sure. How do I want them to how should I respond to the inquiry? Let's say email, and then I can say looking for family photos, I don't know, whatever. Or they could say it's our anniversary, or we have people coming in town and need the specific date, or whatever the client wants to let me know right off of the bat. So then I'm going to go ahead and submit that, and boom, you are, they know that it went through and all is good. That little ding sound that you just heard is actually the notification I received on my phone the very second that they hit confirm, which is another reason that I absolutely love Sessions. With their app, I get everything directly to my phone in real time. So now that this end is over, the client has contacted me. Let's come into Sessions, and I'm going to show you how I have that form set up really quick. So I am over here in what Sessions calls their session types. This is where you set up all of your packages and types of sessions you offer. So I have this contact form set up as if it were a session, but I have it as private, so it's not going to be on my booking page, so it doesn't look like a package to clients when they're actually going to book their session. So I'm going to come in here, and right up here is where you type in all these details you want them to know. Where you pick your photo, you can leave all of this blank if you want. Everything is optional, and the packages is free. There's no add-ons, there's no contract, and they're not booking a session yet. They're just inquiring, so I'm leaving this booking questionnaire blank. Where I am putting in a questionnaire is in the inquiry questionnaire part. This is where those questions will appear, that asks for their alternative date, if they had a location in mind, and all of that stuff. You do not have to put the additional message portion at the bottom. That automatically appears when you have something set up as an inquiry, aka when you have something set as private. So I do not have to, let me see if it'll show. yeah, so here is all the questions. Here's where I pick, what questionnaire they answer. And you notice it doesn't say that message box down here. That's automatically built into the inquiry form. So then I also have a confirmation email personalized, just letting them know I will get back to them within 48 hours. And then I also give them a task, something to do while they're waiting. I have linked here my location guide that I put together. So it's actually built into the back end of my website. And just by using the link, I send it to my clients, and it has a list of a bunch of popular locations around me, and it allows them to click on the name of that location, and then it'll take them to a gallery where they can view photos from that location and get an idea of what it looks like. So if you don't have one of those, clients love that because they really don't know how to vision things, and sometimes they might not even know of a location that you know of. So I do recommend making a location guide for your clients. But anyways, so coming back in here, you'll see right here is where I have it set to private. And then I do have it to where clients are required to choose a date. You can turn this off if you're doing things for like a newborn session where they don't, know the exact date yet. But even for my newborn sessions, I require a date, and I just tell people, put in your due date, because then I can go in and adjust it accordingly. But at least they're on my mind at that time frame, so I hope that makes sense. But okay, so now that we have our form all set up and everything, I'll show you really quick how I have it set into, or how I have it embedded into my website. So the cool thing about sessions is all of your session types get their own personal link. So you'll see here that this can be its own standalone landing page if you want it to be. So like I even on my Facebook page where it says contact now, I have it linked to this page, so it takes them here and they can contact me this way. It just helps clear up my messenger through Facebook, and it allows all of my inquiries to come through in the same spot every single time. Sorry. I needed a drink there. So how I have this set up in my website, I use the Show It website builder. I take that link. You can also find those links right here to copy. I take this link, I go into my website builder, and I go into the embed code. Oh, sorry, I do that every time. Right here where it says embed code feature. Now you need to make sure, I'm sure every website builder has an embeddable code feature, but you see this box here, and this is where you would paste your code. But Sessions does not give us a code, an embeddable code. So you have to use the URL that they give you. So this is where I would come up here and paste that URL right here to the iframe URL. I know some web builders don't offer URLs, but they should offer some kind of like button feature that you can integrate, and you could insert your URL there through a button, and then it would just redirect them to this standalone page. I know personally that Pixieset does not have the iframe URL feature, but I'm not sure about some of the other ones. So either do it as a button where you can paste a URL, or if you can embed it directly in your code, directly into your website, I think that does give a more seamless look. But either way, it's a way that you can still make this lead capture workaround work for you. So let's see. So now let's go back into Sessions, and I'm in here just doing my work. I can see that I have 4 inquiries, and I see right here the first one is the newest one. So I click on it and I can see their information. Here's the message, looking for family photos. Here is the answers to those questionnaires, and then here is like some of the details. So what I do from here is I can see that they want me to email them back. So I come up here, copy the email, I open up my Gmail account, and I respond to them. And then we communicate. I do offer to call them. I say, would you like to set up a phone call? If they say yes, then we, do that and we dish out all the details on the phone. If not, we just continue to communicate back and forth via email. And then once they are ready to book, I come back in here, come back to my sessions. I open this back up. All of your inquiries will stay in here until you either delete them or you convert them to a booking. So I come back in here, I open this back up. This part is really important because this is going to make sure that they're actually getting the correct form to book the right session. So they're not going to book my contact form. So they are interested in a family session. So I'm going to change it to a family session and say that, the 19th didn't work for me, but we agreed on the 20th. So I'm going to update that to the 20th and say sunset was, at 8 o'clock. So we're going to change it to 7 or whatever reason if you needed to change the time. You can leave all of those as is. Just always make sure you're changing it to that correct session type. So then from here, I'm going to click confirm and email client. And this is going to, now they are a session on my end, and it sent them an email stating that, it's ready to book, and it'll walk them through the booking steps that I have set up for a family session. So as you can see here, it does not reserve them on my calendar. So it doesn't have them as an official session. It's not reserving that date for them, okay? So if it takes them a week or so to get to that, someone else may have booked that, just because that's the way it operates. And I personally like that. I like working like on a first come, first serve basis. Because at this point, they haven't signed a contract. They haven't, even though they verbally told me they wanted to book, they haven't signed a contract. They haven't paid their retainer. They're not technically a client, so I'm not holding that date for them until they do those things. And it also tells me that, I'm awaiting the client to book. So, in here, you can go back in and look at any information if you need to at a later date. You can edit it, delete it. You can edit the details. If they come back and say, actually, this isn't going to work, you can still edit everything. And also here's the link to that direct session itself. So this is when they get their email, it's going to say book now, and it's going to take them to this page, and it's going to, here's what's included in the family session, their information, their price, book the session, and then here's where they come in and they can enter their information, choose add-ons, then they'll answer the questionnaire, then they'll sign the contract, then they'll pay their retainer. So I'm not going to walk through all those steps right now, but this is what it would look like on the client's end afterwards. And then once they complete that, you'll get a notification, and then they will be listed in with all of your session types, all of your booked sessions at that point. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. I know that was a lot of information, and I know I kind of went fast, so feel free to ask any questions if you need to, but to me, this is a pretty awesome workaround for a lead capture form until Sessions releases an official lead capture form, but they're always bringing out new features. So I'm not complaining that I had to make this workaround, because this works just as good as any official lead capture form would. It keeps all my inquiries in one place and keeps me organized, and it fast tracks the client's process, because when they have sent their inquiry in, I already have that information put in for them. So I'm expediting their booking process pretty much by sending them that pre-created link when I'm converting that inquiry into a actual booking. So I hope this helps somebody. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you guys so much. And it's Friday, so have a very good weekend.